Let's talk about something that hits every single one of us, right in the wallet. Why does it feel like everything, your groceries, your rent, the gas in your car, just keeps getting more and more expensive every single year? I mean, it's a really frustrating feeling, isn't it? Maybe you get a pay raise, but you look at your bank account at the end of the month, and somehow you're not really getting ahead. The goalposts just keep moving. So what is actually going on here?
So for this explainer, we're going to cut right through all the noise. My promise to you is that we are going to break down the actual mechanics one simple step at a time. No confusing jargon, no political spin, just the raw truth of why prices go up.
We're going to look at 10 fundamental reasons. Think of it like we're popping the hood on our economy and doing a diagnostic check to pinpoint exactly what's causing this constant upward pressure on everything we buy.
Okay, first up, the big one, inflation. And honestly, it's a pretty simple idea. When more money gets created, the value of each individual dollar, it just goes down. There's more of it floating around, so each one is worth a little bit less. This is the foundation for pretty much everything else.
Just think about it this way. What could a single dollar get you at the grocery store 20 years ago versus what it gets you today? The dollar bill in your hand looks exactly the same, but its actual buying power has been slowly, steadily shrinking.
Reason number 2?
Well, it's pretty straightforward. There are just more of us. As the population grows, you have more and more people all competing for the same limited amount of stuff. The same houses, the same cars, the same food. Demand is always climbing.
And rent is a perfect example of this. You know, if a city's population swells, but no new apartments are built, suddenly you have way more people fighting over each available unit. Landlords can charge more, and so rent goes up. It's just pure supply and demand.
Reason 3 is like taking that last point and putting it on steroids, especially in big cities. That's where the jobs are, right? So people move in for work. But building new housing? That's a slow, complicated, and expensive process. So you get this pressure cooker effect, with more and more people squeezing into the same space, and prices, well, they only have one direction to go. In this next one, reason number 4. This is where so much of the financial pain really comes from: the lag. The price of gas or a carton of eggs can shoot up literally overnight. But how long does it take for your salary to go up? For most people, it's a once-a-year thing, if you're lucky. Your costs jump instantly while your income is stuck playing this slow, frustrating game of catch-up. Okay, reason number 5 is a kind of hidden cost that's baked into pretty much everything you buy: energy. From the diesel that powers the trucks delivering goods to the electricity that runs the factory, it all gets added to the final price tag.
I mean, it's a super direct chain reaction. When the price of oil goes up, it costs more to fuel the tractors that harvest the crops and the trucks that deliver the food to your local store. And that extra cost? It gets passed directly to you at the checkout.
Now, reason 6 is a little different, because it's actually about us. Our own standards of living keep rising. You see, new technologies almost always start out as a luxury for the rich. Then they become normal, and eventually they become something you need just to function in modern life. Each step up this ladder adds a new, permanent bill to your monthly budget.
The internet is the perfect example, right? 30 years ago, having internet at home was a cool novelty. Today, can you even apply for a job, manage your finances, or help your kids with their homework without it? It went from a luxury item to a mandatory monthly utility.
All right, reason 7, the cost of government. Now, when a business faces higher taxes or has to comply with new, expensive regulations, do you think they just absorb that cost out of their own profits? No way! They build that cost right into the price of their products. And guess who ends up paying for it? We do, the consumers.
And then you have reason number 8, these huge, out-of-the-blue global shocks. Things like a major war, a pandemic, or a key shipping lane getting blocked. These events can instantly shatter the delicate global supply chain, causing shortages and massive price spikes all over the world. Okay, reason 9 is a little bit of a mind-bender, because it's built into the very DNA of our economy. Most modern economies run on debt, and for that system to remain stable, it has to constantly grow. It needs more activity, more transactions, more everything. And that built-in need for constant growth, well, it's inherently inflationary. It demands that prices keep creeping up. And our final reason, number 10, is something you already know deep down, just from living your life. Prices are what economists call sticky. Companies are super quick to raise prices when their own costs go up, but have you ever seen your grocery bill get cheaper? It almost never happens. Prices go up, but they rarely, if ever, come back down.
So when you take all 10 of those reasons and you lay them all out, you start to see a very clear and, yeah, kind of sobering picture. This isn't just a random series of events. It's a system that fundamentally operates like a one-way street.
And this is maybe the most important part to really let sink in. There is no reverse button. There's no magic lever to pull that makes everything cheap again. These forces pushing prices higher are relentless, and they're part of the system's design. This upward trend is a permanent feature.
If you take away just one single thing from this entire breakdown, please let it be this. This is the fundamental rule of the economic game we're all playing. Prices will rise forever. The only winning strategy is to make sure your income is chasing them and hopefully running a little bit faster. And that brings us to some pretty tough truths. This idea of long-term financial stability where things just cost the same year after year, it's an illusion. It's just not possible in the system we have. And in this kind of environment, the system tends to reward people who own things that go up in value, like real estate or stocks, way more than it rewards people who just earn a salary.
Okay, so understanding the why is absolutely the critical first step, but it immediately brings up the next big question, right? Now that you see how the machine works, what's your next move?
The real question isn't about how to stop this whole process, it's about how you navigate it. So what do you want to learn next? Do you want to learn the strategies to protect the value of the money you already have? Do you want to explore ways to actually get ahead of rising prices? Or maybe you want to dig deeper and understand who actually benefits from this system and why?
It's your call. Let me know in the comments which one of those paths you want to go down, and that's what we'll break down in our next explainer.